What's good, fellow CEOs? Welcome to the R&D of Gaming, and it is time. We are going to be starting Omen 4. Been waiting for this next expansion to it to occur. So it looks like things are going to start getting really intense within this one, because not only that, but I don't know if you guys noticed, but when you go into the world map, there is a raid boss that you could fight for a limited time, which is the Guardian of Sephira, which is insanity. 666 as the level. Now, I did play a few of it. What is it? I managed to do about maybe 16 million so far on there. But I'm slowly starting to understand exactly what's going on. I don't know what to really do yet on the part where it's just showing the striker and the support symbols. I figured that maybe it was saying that you need a striker and support to constantly attack the Guardian in order to try and stun it or something like that, but so far I didn't have any luck with that. Then I would suspect that, you know, it probably would go haywire if it found that there was a striker or a support on the field, but that didn't seem to work either. So so the third thing that I am guessing is that maybe the game just knows that if there's a striker and a support in your party, maybe that's the case. Maybe that's what's causing it to do, like, you know, like a partial team wipe. But I did find some ways to, like, even if I couldn't figure that part out, I did figure out a way to minimize the casualties by just using like a bunch of defenders to basically just fight this thing. So I'm slowly getting there, but this is pretty cool. It's kind of like it kind of gives us an idea on how crazy this is getting with this whole Omen thing, and just how powerful these Guardians of Sephira is. So I am going to be doing more of that over the weekend, trying to figure out what's happening over here. Also too, guys, so I thought I checked the thing, like my mail and whatnot, and it looks like the game does, like, they did do refunds for the pure possibility stuff, and what was it? It looks like all the upgrades that they did, they ended up putting basically, into the kit. So all the units that we ended up using the pure possibilities for, they ended up just like integrating it into the kit, and they just refunded us all of our resources that we had spent. Which, man, I didn't realize I spent that much. I didn't realize that, but yeah, that's interesting. But also too, what I did notice too is that when you go into the shop, I figured that they was going to, I don't know, like maybe just refund the ones that we did have, and then the ones in the shop, in the shop for the substream stuff, I thought that they were going to remove that as well, but it turns out they didn't. They actually kept the pure possibilities within the shop as well. So if you guys want to, which, I know I'm gonna do that, but if you guys want to, you could just farm up the rest of the substreams and then get the rest of the pure possibilities, and then you can always go back to the shop and sell it in the, where is it? Is it in this section right here? I think it's is it here? I remember seeing it before somewhere.
총성권부터 미사일까지 편의점 아포칼립스에 어서 오세요.
It might be this section. No, it's got to be seasonal. Yeah, it's the seasonal. Definitely the seasonal. So if you go into the seasonal section, you could just make purchases here. of the remaining of your pure possibilities, and you can just get some pretty cool materials, some nice materials that you can get. You know, some set binaries, some tuning binaries by spending this, or you can even get some fusion cores. Unfortunately, they only limited the S fusion cores by 5, which is like, okay, I get it. But if you want, you get that extra 5, and the rest of the other stuff you could get a bunch of Eternium and whatnot. So yeah, and plus you got 180 days to do it before the pure possibility is going to disappear forever. But I may do like a reminder video for you guys, and I'm gonna put it like a list in the description on that reminder video of, you know, all the ones that you could end up getting for it. But yeah, it's pretty generous of the devs to do that. I figured that they were gonna just remove it from the shop, and then just, you know, whatever you had is what you had. But they're actually giving us a chance to farm out the rest of the pure possibilities and then convert them into other useful materials and whatnot. So it's up to you guys and what you want to do. I recommend you do it because, I mean, hey, you know, it's always nice to get, you know, a few more materials and whatnot. But yeah, anyways, we are going to start Omen 4 Adrift. Man, this is going to be crazy. I can't wait for this. Okay. Ooh. Okay. You know, this really gives me like some next generation Pirates of the Caribbean. Do you guys get that feeling? That's the kind of vibe that I'm getting from this. Ooh, okay. I mean, you gotta hand it to B-Side, man. They make some pretty good tracks. So okay, so now we're in the Omen 4 for the Adrift section of this. Oh man, the madness that's probably gonna happen with this. Okay, so you guys already know the drill already. Before I, you know, if I'm gonna talk about anything spoiler related, you know, I'm gonna count down from 5 seconds. That's gonna give you time to mute the video. And then once I'm done talking about what I'm talking about, I am gonna then rotate my mouse just like this, and that's gonna give you guys the signal to unmute the video, and then we can just continue on from there. And also too, if I'm gonna start any missions or anything like that during this, the rule for me is that I'm only obligated to use units that's part of the same squad. Now sometimes there may be some cases where I do a collaborative effort where I'm using another unit that's part of another squad just so that the team can get through specific situations that we run into. Now this only happened a few times just because of how unique those type of challenges are. But other than that, we probably don't need to use that. But I mean, this is an Omen 4 though, so we might run into another situation where we have to do that. But yeah, enough babbling. Let's get to this. Oh, this dude's back. Oh man. "20 years ago." So there is a substream that talks about this character here. It's one of the pirate ones. It's the one with the pirates. I don't remember the exact name of the substream, but it is actually, hold on. I'm actually gonna go to it real quick. Would they let me go here in this section? Oh, yeah. Okay. So it is real quick. I think they released it, I think. Is it in the supplement section? I'm trying to find it through the picture. Counter Saga? No. Alice Emergency. It should be somewhere around here. Oh, wait a minute. Wait a second. Did they release it? Because it could be one of the ones that we were missing at one point. Actually, yeah. That actually could be one of the ones we were missing. Yeah, that is. That's one of the ones we were missing. I could have sworn that they released it though. Because that one was Fallen Hawk, Cafe, Open Recruitment? No, that wasn't it. Oh man. Did they not release it? Or was it? Oh wait, was it? Oh yeah, okay. It's in the seasonal record area. Okay, so we gotta go into the seasonal record, and it's if you want to know more about that particular image of that character, I would recommend going to this one, Abandoned Ship. Abandoned Ship is the one that you would want to check out because it drops some pretty interesting information, and also too the seasonals is kind of at least some of them, to my knowledge, is canon. So especially the other ones that they're just like they're basically like side stories, and yeah, they're pretty much canon to the main story. Some of them at least, but I only say some because, well, some of the other ones is kind of odd. But anyways, let's continue this. Called him the Great Pirate. Okay, so it's 20 years ago. Interesting figure. Wait a minute. Isn't this like one of those... I forget what they're called. Like one of those discs, like a music instrument? Huh. Interesting. Are they talking about Dracosha? Ooh. Never mind. I don't ever remember seeing this character. Yo, new future unit? Counterpass maybe? She's got like spears and whatnot. She must be an A to an S ring, maybe. Oh, you think that maybe she might be one of those? You know how every every senior has like a high grade counter that's their bodyguard. You think that she'll probably be whoever that is? The last time. Oh man. Hey, wait. Wait a minute. They did say, what was it? Like 5 years later? Years ago. 5 years ago. Okay, this is 5 years ago. So I don't think we're in the present time yet. Oh yeah, this is definitely not the present. It's the edge. Hold on 1 second. Gotta check something. All right. What symbol is that? Is that like... It's like the pirate symbol? Oh look, it's another one right here too. Huh. She's really creating quakes. Insanity. Yeah, it's like She's like a goddess or something. Wait a second. Wasn't this isn't this like an AI version? I wonder if this is still the AI version or if this is like the original. Because that would be something. Oh, so that's her name. Okay. Kira. Man, she is a powerhouse. This is like maybe Lee Ji-soo type of power right there. And we all know how much of a powerhouse Lee Ji-soo is. Oh, you know what'd be crazy if that's the next Awaken unit, Kira. That would be interesting. Sorry, I had to move something around. Yep, I just as I suspected. He's probably gonna make her his new bodyguard. Ooh. That could be, what is it? She could be Reed's daughter, maybe? Five years later, present day. Okay, so this is the present. So it looks like the corruption got here now. Oh, the Black Flood. Oh yeah, that's gonna be crazy too if that happens. I wonder if the Girian could take control of it. Probably so. Wait, Kraken was a CEO acting as a stopper that kept the Grand Dimension crevice sealed. So wait a minute. The Kraken itself was used to keep the Grand Dimension crevice sealed? What? Huh. Beyond what Kraken can hold back. So wait a minute, I don't get it though. Because okay. Just in case. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, so for those of you who didn't meet the video. So to my understanding of the last time the Black Flood happened, they were saying that they couldn't kill the thing because it was just, I guess it was like far too massive, or it just kept healing way too quickly for it to be defeated. But if that wasn't the case, and they've been trying multiple times to kill this thing, that really wouldn't really make too much sense now, would it? Because like, why would you try to kill it if that's the very thing that's being used to keep the Grand Dimension crevice sealed, or to at least hold it back to hold it back for us a good amount of time, unless the administration knew not to kill it and knew that the pirates that were going after it wasn't going to kill it, and I guess like the mercs, they also knew, the administration also knew that they wasn't going to kill this thing, but it would end up probably weakening it or subduing it, which then will have it go back to where it came from, to go back to sleep, to heal up and repeat the process over and over again. but I guess you could say that they probably saw it as a necessary sacrifice just to make sure that the Grand Dimension crevice didn't expand or open up. Because if that was the case, then that would make sense, and it would also make sense for the administration to know this and to not tell people that what the Kraken's main purpose was. So they just say, oh yeah, you know, go ahead and fight it and kill it, or, you know, just stop it. And they probably just knew that, yeah, that nobody's strong enough to actually kill this thing. But then again, it was like, I don't know, it's like, did Jack ever know that? Did Avery know this from the start? Even when he made the self-destruction of the Invincible ship to explode? I wonder if he knew that anyway, that the Kraken couldn't be killed by normal means. Just because of its importance in keeping the Grand Dimension crevice sealed, or to try to prevent that from, you know, try to prevent the Grand Dimension from expanding. That's definitely a weird situation to be put in. Especially as, like, you can't really tell people this because they're like, wait, what do you mean we have to let the CEO run rampant just so that we can keep an even bigger threat sealed away? That wouldn't go well with the public at all. Like, man. Now, if that is the case, then yeah, that would make sense. But if that isn't the case, then that would make no sense, because it's like, why would you try to kill something that's you know, mainly there to keep something sealed away? Either way, that's just insanity. Wait, but what else is showing up? Does he know that? Oh, wait a minute. No, that couldn't happen, right? Like, would he suspect that something like when you think it's sea-wise, right? Or something just swimming through, like maybe like a serpent? Could it be that maybe Leviathan is probably located in this type of section from Front Bay? Wait, issue the highest alert. The waves pushing toward the front bay won't be just carrying CCOs shoved aside by the Kraken. The highest level alert disaster immediately. Oh, she's not doing that? she catches on quick. And this guy is like completely believing this. Ooh. You gotta respect his determination. This background looks oddly familiar. Oh, there she is. Oh, I mean, that makes sense. Oh, here comes the bickering again. Hey, it's Sonia. There's Tricasia. Oh, okay, so she's not the original. She is an AI. Okay. Oh, here's our first mission. What level is this? Okay, 150. Oh, you know what? We could use this. You know it would be kind of interesting if Kira ends up joining the Shark Bay pirates. Ends up joining Dracassia's team. That would be something. Take the tokens for herself.
오빠, 우리 힘내봐요. 무료로 약탈해드립니다. 저기 양쪽이요. 우리 땅 끼는 물었고. 오, 잘 다 까불었어? 이제 내 차례야. 얼터그레시브 모드 활성화. 혹시나 친구들이 한방 먹을까? 너무 약한데. 장난 대결. 인사해. 싱싱해 보이네. 미끼는 무겁고. 너무 약한데. 너무 약한. 선장이 너네 알아서 지금 선배를 위해 역시 오빠가 최고예요.
I don't think that's how it works. Oh man, you gotta love Tally. She thinks differently from the rest of us. She's definitely a unique one. Ooh, Flora Mate Service. You'd be surprised, Jack.
상대도 안 되는 허접들이
These are
달려드네.
special kind of
개인적인
mates.
시작.
Ooh, they're bringing the ship here. Huh, Bonnie. Wait a minute. Wait a second. Rojo? Is this the same Rojo? From the Scavengers? They sure do. Ah, I figured. Of course, it's right near the Kraken. Ooh, is he gonna bring the Invincible back to life? Here's E1. Ah, so he knows about her too. So they must be I mean, yeah, it is the Dark Council, so they're definitely in administration databases. Spaceship. Oh, another mission. I mean, it's only right that I use the full squad, right? Oh, right. I ended up getting another copy, right? Actually, while I'm at it, man, I am really low on credits. Oh man, that's crazy. I was trying to do a lot of re-rolls for a specific gear set. It didn't work out so well. I mean, I'm like missing one more piece. It's like attack speed gear for Swift. Cost a lot of credits. A lot of credits, man. Oh man.
오빠, 우리 힘내봐요. 내가 막힌다. 안식을 드리자. 자, 조심하시죠. 여기 내가 막혔다. 빙글빙글빙글.
오케이.
선물입니다. 정신 번쩍 들 겁니다. 딱 쓸어버리겠어! 아네모네 파츠!
점수
무지개 반사. 선물입니다. 무지개 반사. 반장
먼저 애도를 표하겠습니다.
안식을 드리자. 선물입니다. 어그로가 끌렸군요. 정신 번쩍 들 겁니다. 조심하십시오. 안심을 금지. 자, 알겠습니다. 자, 날려버리겠습니다. 저기도
Almost there.
괴롭히면 혼내줄 거야. 언니 오빠들에게 도움이 됐겠죠? 그러면 혼내줄 겁니다.
One more push.
정신 번쩍 뺄 겁니다. 도와주세요. 안심을 금지.
Nice.
저 많이 칭찬해 주실 거죠?
Uh-oh. Man, it's getting worse. Hey, Veronica. It's nice to see her here, especially after what she pulled, the stunt that she pulled last time.
해냈습니다.
Oof, we got a B. Oh, look at that. Another foreshadowing. That was such a good story. For those of you who didn't read that one yet, I definitely recommend it. I think it's called Flowers and Bullets. That was such a good side story, substream. I didn't expect it to be that good. during the administration failure. Yep. Oh, are they talking about Mona? President says is true. Huh. Are the roots showing up? Oh man, already level 4. Yep, the Omen. She looks very familiar. Like the hair and whatnot. You could compare this to Tali or Tally. Huh. I mean, isn't it a coincidence? Like the bow right here, the colored hair. But then again, I guess you could say like the face structure could look somewhat similar to oh come on, I had her name last time. What was her name? I'm having a brain fog. Kira. I guess you could say like the structure of it could resemble Kira's. Oh, that's who was injured. Remember when he said that it was the high grade counter? It was Reed. She became I guess she became his bodyguard ever since he became the senior administrator for the front bay for the administration. The Fenrir Commander. No shot. She was here too? Until Coffin Company arrived. Bro, her eyes just turned red. Oh man, I wonder what kind of counter she was at full strength. Perfect diversions for someone forced to sit and watch from afar. Haha. Ooh, Orca. Let's see, who should I use? Which team? You know what? Why not? We'll use 6 wings. Oh man, this is getting real serious fast. Got a bad feeling about this. Wait a minute. I'm curious on something. Okay. And then what happens if I type this? Just had a theory on something. I knew it. Yep. Okay. So I got an idea then. I have an idea on who Mary is. Because having the name of Mary, and I was thinking of like throughout history. I remember the name before. It sounded so familiar with what was it? What is it? The legendary female pirates, right? So, but I originally learned of the history based off of Assassin's Creed 4. When I had played that a long time ago, it wasn't the exact type of history, but it was one of those what's it called? It was like, a little bit of the reenact of what might have happened versus the actual thing that did happen. But I remember that there were two female pirates that were infamous. One was called Mary Reed, and the other one was called, I think, was Bonnie. And like throughout that history, I think it was like what history would say is that they got locked up, but they were scheduled to get executed. I think Bonnie was from I think a rich family, but Bonnie decided to become a pirate. Bonnie teams up with Mary Reed, and they get captured one day, and like from what history is saying, they got captured, and they were going to get executed. But the reason why they didn't what delayed the execution was that they claimed that they were pregnant. Now it gets a little fuzzy from like what history says is that Mary Reed did give birth to a child, but she ends up dying in prison. But nobody knows what happens with the child. No one knows what happens with that child throughout history. So I'm thinking that maybe in this type of in this universe, they might be talking about a little bit of the history of Mary Reed and Bonnie. But I don't. But I mean, I could be wrong on that. But it is interesting. So I'm wondering how they twist this one up. Because I remember seeing the name. I'm like, this name is very familiar. And I was like, could it be part of that history? So I did a little quick search, and it might be the case. But I'm not sure how they're gonna go about this, if it is true. Because then again, these could be two different people. They could have just easily made a person named Reed and then made another person named Mary. But if it is the case, then that's pretty cool. That's a pretty cool way of reenacting a little bit of reenacting and switching up the history side of it and altering it that way. That's pretty cool. But see, this could be like another theory too, that maybe this Mary well, it would be an interesting theory that maybe this Mary person could be Bonnie herself. And when they said that they abandoned Bonnie, they probably left Bonnie, I guess, to raise the kid, maybe? Or the supposed orphan. But then again, that wouldn't make any sense. Because, like, if you're the actual mother, why would you lie and not, I don't know, take ownership of the kid or something? Like, take responsibility as the parent? Unless it's because people knew that you were a pirate, so you had to protect yourself with a new identity. Then I guess you have something to go on, but I don't think that is the case. But yeah, so my take is I think this is Reed, as in for just basing it off the history of Mary Reed. So I think that could be it. So then it could be true that maybe Kira is not the daughter of Bonnie, but is actually, on my first take, is that she might be the daughter of Mary, maybe. But then if that's the case, I wonder who the father is. But see, then again, if that also wouldn't make sense, would it? There's a lot of possibilities. There's a lot of possibilities on how this could go. But I do think that maybe in some way, maybe she's the daughter of Reed. But also, we don't know who this Mary person is. But Mary could be Reed as well. We'll see. Hey, it's Orca. You know what that means though, right? If Orca is here, Levia has to be somewhere. She has to be somewhere nearby. I still think that there's a possibility that Leviathan might show up here. Because he said that there was something beyond that. It's like, yeah, we know that the Girian is showing up, but I think when he said something beyond that of Kraken, I still think that there's still a slither of a chance that it's Leviathan. Huh? What? So I was right. Are you going to fight Auntie Mary? Mary Reed. So this is Mary Reed. Oh, that's cool. That just confirmed it right there. Orca just confirmed it. But how does she know Orca?
이 저주는 내게서 끊겼어.
정화를 시작합니다. 아직 더 남았다는데요?
비키세요. 장난을 그만두지. 명수를 피하던 아기들은
God, yo, Orca is a beast.
시작도 안 했는데 떠든 거야?
Yeah, she's just constantly doing it. She's constantly activating that ult. She's about to do it again
안전하게
too.
모셔드렸습니다.
Ooh, 4.2, still increasing. Orca says it'll only be more dangerous the closer she gets to the Grand Dimension Crevice. Is Orca saying that her herself, or is she talking about Leviathan? Or Levia? The closer she gets to the Grand Dimension Crevice. She's probably talking about herself. But I really do think she's talking about, you know, her mindless body. Three days. Is it Tali? Yep. Look, see? Look at that. There's no way. This has to be Mary's daughter. This has to be her daughter. This is too much of a resemblance. Uh-oh. Oh, she is like choking her. Hey, look at that. I mean, if there was any other doubt, well, here you go now. There's the answer. Mary Reed. Oh, this is cool. So they're basing it off of the they're basing it off of a similar type of history with Mary Reed and Bonnie. The two infamous pirates of history in real life. But of course, it's all, what's the word I'm looking for? Changed. It was all changed up in a completely different form. Oh, you know what? This is interesting because I have missed a few stories. I think they're like two substream stories that I did not. It's either two or three substream stories that I did not read yet. So I look forward to reading that. That's probably how Orca knows who Mary Reed is. because she might have appeared in one of those stories. I knew it. The troublemaking crew triplets. They're great houses.
어쩐지 따뜻한 기억이 나려고 해.
Hold on a minute. That's interesting on the switch up. Let me see something. Right. I wasn't really sure too much on Mary Reed. Was she? Okay. She wasn't. Okay. That's interesting how they switched up the. Oh, that's cool. The way that they rearrange things. So it's like in a way, right? The way they switched it up. So when I had said that Bonnie was from a rich family. So in this type of universe, they I guess in a way you could see it as if Mary Reed is now in a wealthy family, and Tali is like in a way resembling that history of Anne Bonny, who was part of a wealthy family, and it's like changed and worked in a way where it's Tali who's living that type of life and being a pirate. Oh man, that's really cool. That's cool. That's very clever. Oh yeah. So also, so it was like my first theory on her being on Mary being the mother of Kira. So that's been debunked. So then that would mean that possibly she's the daughter of Anne Bonnie then, or in this particular case, Bonnie. That would have to be the logical choice on this. However, we don't know what happened to Bonnie. So that means that when they abandoned her, when they left her behind, we don't know exactly know what the context is on that. Yeah, it explains a lot. Oh, that's what she meant. The triplets. She has 2 other sisters. I wonder who the other 2 are. Oh man, this is hilarious. Huh. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, so I do have a theory on something. Okay, hold on. So 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So for those of you who didn't mute the video, okay, so I might have to sort of correct my theory on this, right? So I don't know. It seemed like it's a little vague and whatnot, but so Jack, right? If you read the substream from the about the pirates, right? The shark bait pirates. So we know that one of the crew members, oh man, what's her name? One of the crew members is actually the daughter of Avery. So she's hold on. Let me see if I can search her name up. Because this would be very interesting, right? Because we know that she's the daughter of Avery. Was she a striker? I think she was a striker. No, wait. I don't think so. She would. Okay, it's starting to show other things. No, she was a. Was she a what is it? Was she like a no, she wasn't a sniper. Or was she a support unit? Yeah, she's a support unit, Sonia. So we know that Sonia is the daughter of Avery, right? So judging by like how they were exchanging conversations of you know, Jack and Bonnie, right? It seems vague, but I mean, there's a bunch of other theories that can happen with this. So either Jack and Bonnie are the parents of Sonia, and Bonnie ended up dying, and then, you know, we know that he made a conscious decision to leave Sonia behind, or right, or Bonnie is a completely different person, which means that Bonnie was not in a romantic relationship with Jack, which also means that Bonnie is the mother of Kira. So then that means that the mystery mother, who must have probably passed away, is a completely different person who was not a pirate. So it's one of those. It has to be one of those two things. So either Bonnie is the biological mother of you know, Sonia, or but I mean, he did claim that she already lost her father, so that probably wouldn't make sense. Although I don't know, something. See, it still seems a little vague where it could be a possibility of that happening. But on the off chance that it is not the case, then that means that Bonnie is the mother of Kira, and that I would have to reread that substream again of what Avery said, because he must have had some type of information on there, or Sonia must have said something about her history or what she remembers. So maybe from there, maybe they did say something about it on that substream. And if you guys do know, feel free to let me know in the comment section below. but if that isn't the case, then that means that Bonnie could be the mother of Kira, and you know, Avery must have met another person. because we know that he is the biological father of Sonya. Interesting stuff. Many years to gather her resolve. Every time she looked at that child's face, she was reminded of the woman who once stood beside her, smiling against the sunset sky. Okay, that might have just explained it right there. But I think that this is a good cliffhanger to leave it off on. So it seems that Kira is struggling to find out what to fight for, and this is getting interesting so far. So I wonder if there's like going to be a part 2 to this, because this really, I get this feeling that maybe there might be a part 2 to this Omen 4, because they did say that this was going to be a real lengthy one, but for it to be only 27, I don't know. There might be a second part to this, like maybe like an Act 2. But if not, then okay, it's interesting. Then we'll have like an Omen 5. But man, things are starting to it's slowly coming along, but it's starting to build up. I wonder. I think like something crazy is gonna happen. Like probably once we hit like what is it? CS corruption level 5. So I think by the time we reach corruption 5, that's when shit is just gonna keep hitting the fan. But something tells me that this might be the Omen that has an act 2 to it. I just have a hunch on it. Although, of course I could be wrong. But so far this is pretty good. This is pretty interesting how they are using things. Like it shows like on the history that they've been studying, and making up some interesting fun stories from real life history and whatnot. And that's really cool. They definitely use those those legendary stories of those two pirates for as an inspiration. That's really cool. But before we end it, we're gonna do something a little bit different this time. We're actually going to try out some more of the Guardian of the Saphira. So I wanted to see, I wonder, do they have any weaker ones that are about to die? Because I wanted to try something out with this. I think I was a little bit closer to it, but so this was the setup that I was using. In using like the tanks, but I'm thinking that maybe it if it knows that we're using healers and strikers, that maybe that's the cause of what's causing the issues. So I'm gonna try and figure this out. I'm gonna do about, I don't know, maybe 2 attempts, maybe 3, but let's see. But I really do think that the boss ends up freaking out if it knows that there's a healer, that there's a support, and a striker on the team. But if that is the case, I wonder what would happen if I wonder what would happen if I just were to remove that. Like, would the boss end up getting stunned, or would the same results end up happening? So we're gonna do something a little different. I'm gonna use my
제 손으로 직접 조율해드리죠.
and all right, we got two more healers. So I mean, we could just use a sniper as well, right? But I mean, at this rate, they would just get annihilated. But that's something though, right? I don't think that would make sense. Because definitely I don't think the team would probably last long if that was the case. Nonetheless, we'll try it. We'll see what happens.
스무흑 셋세고 가죠.
For research's sake.
당신을 위한 토끼가
슬슬 움직이지.
예쁜 장식이네요. 저도 이런 거 좋아해요.
Okay, so we have no strikers and we have no defenders. So let's do this.
안전벨트 매고 출동.
Alright, let's see what happens.
언니 오빠들 잘 부탁드립니다.
그리고 그림자 개방.
지나가버린 기억들을 넘어 맹세를 안고 나아가라. 내가 지키겠다.
Crazy.
출력 전개 배리어 생성. 자, 불어라 레긴 자, 우리들이 치는 기사.
제 80전개 적을 섬멸할게요.
교전 개시. 피할 수.
Okay, so the results still they're still the same.
내 안에 잠식은 모든 것을
세계 그 배리어 생태가 더 싸우겠어. 그 맹세를 위해서라면.
나의 나고 수 없다.
우리가 나아갈 길이다. 배리어 생태.
이 파도는 너희에게 좀 거칠 거야. 무로 수력이 붙이 만물을 가리는 속 어둠이 척결. 그거에서 흩어져
적을 통제한다.
그 길을 쫓고 영감이 없더라도 내
머릿속 걸
물어라. 내게 하프니.
이제 가라앉아요. 차야.
배리어 생성.
어둠이
금지를 안고 이 길을
무너져버려.
재촉하리. 구름 부산 한번 더.
어둠보다 더
너희를 위하여
결혼해준 것이에요.
발전.
망하는 손끝으로 머릿속
어둠이여 내 앞에 적을 꿰뚫어라.
이제 가라앉아요.
어그레시브 모드.
방심하지 말고 돌파한다.
연구름수 날씨는 없는
나의 어둠이
무국의
이토록 황홀 망하는 손끝으로 올라라. 어둠이 짊어져가 내 상우는 피보다 화양 냄새를
So I guess
좋아하고
that's not the case either.
나 집에 갈래.
I'm surprised they actually survived without that without a healer. They did 12 million from that. That's pretty impressive. Okay, so I'm gonna take Maestra. We'll add in our healer.
모두가 친하게 지낼 수 있게.
I would use blue steel to do like some debuffs and whatnot, but maybe it has something to do where like maybe technically they're dodging.
안녕하세요.
So maybe I can add Solvi to the mix. Right? And then we'll use these two. I'm gonna keep Felix only so we can keep bolstering Moors when someone dies on the field. They're like artificial enemies, so I mean, yeah, they're like artificial units, and that can just keep replenishing themselves anyway. So this would feed into theoretically, it would feed into Moors getting more HP. So this would keep her around on the battlefield a lot longer. I guess we could do a replace of
우린
Linzen.
구조대 중에서도 최정예야 친구들.
Do that. I guess that could work. put Maestro here. I don't really think I should put these two on the bottom like this. I don't think that's a good idea. That would probably be a bad idea as well. This is a big yikes. Yeah, we could do that as a close call or something.
우와! 이런 건 처음 타봐요.
This is insane to see this. Like, this is what like lore accurate. This is probably how powerful they actually are.
별의 인도자씨, 우리의 길을 밝혀주소서. 맹세를 지키기 위해 배리어 생성.
이거 이렇게 누르면 되는 거 맞지?
12개의 상자.
적은 당신 하나인가요? 먼저 들어와도 좋아요.
배리어 생성. 허술하고
도전 개시.
하늘을 맞이해주시죠. 바람을 솟아오르고 선을 휘몰아쳐라. 흩어져 배리어 생성. 불어라 레긴 파크니. 싸우겠어. 그 맹세를 위해서라면. 12개의 상자. 우리에게 힘을. 그 맹세 제가 이어가겠습니다.
타고들게요. 꿈을 정하고.
구름 속 만족스러운 결혼식이로군요.
내 안에 잠적인 모든
경로계 상관이야. 여기 스며든 가까운 곳.
날 믿고 따라오도록.
Oh, I don't think my shit thing's working.
이번만큼은 적을 분쇄한다. 12개의 상자. 우리에게 가까운 곳. 그러면 우리 앞으로 나아가.
소식의 호수가 나를 부른다. 와라, 나의
파이터비스 만물을 가르는 썩.
침식체다. 혼내주겠어.
Oh man, serious about to be killed.
얼터그레시브 모드.
30 seconds left. I don't think he's gonna make it.
적을 분쇄한다. 12개의 상자. 파이터비스 다시 연주할 생각했어.
암흑이며 최후와
만물을 가르는 썩.
우리 시합할까? 누가 먼저 가라앉아?
Man, this thing is like resisting like crazy
적을 분쇄.
up until the last minute.
그냥 나서지 말 걸 그랬어.
I mean, these are like fallen gods. Oh yeah, it looks like we did worse than what we did last time. Okay, so we'll try one more. Okay, so we did worse. hit them before, so it looks like Maestra it's just like it's completely ineffective. So if that's the case, we could probably try out.
그래, 마침 심심하던 참이다.
수수께끼는 모두 풀렸어요.
I don't know. I think that maybe we should get a sniper, right? Something where we can that could like weaken COs and whatnot. I mean, maybe we replace Felix.
시무흡, 새세고 가죠.
Maybe put in like Paradox.
골방에 틀어박혀 있으니 찌뿌드드하구만.
I'm guessing that maybe we need like, I don't know. I think this would be a bad idea, having Surya take up the mantle this quickly.
저 사람들은 쫓으면 안 돼.
See, at this point, this is just becoming absurd. Like, the cost level of this build team is ridiculous. Because we can't even heal, right, with Lurcher. So I think it would make more sense if maybe we just keep them here. Make sure that Paradox stays alive long enough, but I'm worried about Surya. This could really get Surya killed.
이목 등장!
여기는 길대. 강화한다.
별의 인도를 받아 이곳에 정의를 새기겠습니다. 반드시 구하겠어. 점호.
자! 얏! 자!
정질러버려!
12별의 성장. 우리
적은 당신 하나인가요? 먼저 들어와도 좋아요.
허술하고 흩어져.
대칭 화상. 구원을 이번 한합으로 정점에 종주같이 구비 가해쳐고 살려줘. 날 믿고 따라오도록.
무구개발.
나의 나서
적을 선시한다. 함께하지 않겠습니다.
작전을 수행한다.
한 번 더. 가해쳐보자.
거리 섞으려 내 안에 잠재된 모든
구름 가해쳐보자. 적을 선시한다.
것만큼은 여기. CRF 제어 계산 완료.
적을 선시한다. 경제랑 위기를 개척하리.
어떤
배려
제어
제어
구름 살려서 여기.
증명하겠어요. 명탐정 신여가
정점은 어떤 무지마저 거리
얼터그레시브 모드
Nope. Nowhere close.
방심하지 말고 돌파한다.
Okay, so I mean, it is receiving a debuff.
어둠보다
착하다 착해
만물을 가리는 썩 필요한 거리
영감이 없더라도 네 이번에도 일단 도망치죠. 뭐 호텔 뿐이니까요.
Yeah, it's still worse than before. Cause I like the previous team I was using before a while back, like a few hours ago. It was like at least 13 million, but well, I'll figure something out. So I mean, the raid's gonna be there for quite a bit. So wait. Nonetheless, it's good to see a new raid boss over there. This is something that we definitely need. They should definitely make more raid bosses. Because it's always nice to see something, something new now and then. But other than that, hope you guys enjoyed the little experiment that I was doing on this. But yeah, the story Adrift, it has interesting twists and turns to it, and it's like they're slowly building it up for the chaos to just happen. And it seems like this one, the corruption level is really rising up a lot, probably a lot faster than the other stories, than the previous Omens. So yeah, I can't wait to see how this is gonna turn out and who's gonna be involved in this. But I really do think that there is a possibility that Leviathan may show up here, just because Orca's here, and wherever Orca goes, Levia has to be following there as well. And I think that she might get involved in this. Not to mention, I think there is also a strong possibility of the Knight of the Lake to show up as well. So I'm waiting to see what part he plays in this, if he even shows up in this moment. But yeah, it's gonna be pretty crazy on there. Also, too, guys, just a reminder, I do have a gaming shorts channel as well called Irony of Gaming Shorts. So feel free to check that out. I'll have a link in the description below. And also too, I have a music channel. So if you want to check that out too, feel free to pay it a visit. But I also have some playlists of other games that I played. I did recently upload the Resident Evil 0 one. I do want to finish up the Resident Evil 0 and finish up the other Resident Evil expansions. I mean sequels, because I definitely want to try out the Resident Evil 9 Requiem, which that looks completely insane, especially since Leon is back in this one. So yeah, I look forward to seeing how that turns out. But other than that, I'm out of here, guys. Catch you later.